G'day, 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 ladies and gentlemen, and all those in between. We are back today bringing you another episode of Spectate the Player, where as a Chapter 1, Season 1 veteran, and we're bringing you guys the latest and greatest tips, tricks, strategies, and more to winning not only more games, but more crowns in Fortnite Chapter 6. So guys, as always, if you're keen to see us, see this crown player up ahead here, send it back for the 2 for 2 at the back-to-back wins. Make sure you guys do hit that like button and you hit that subscribe button. Alright, it seems to be going for a bit of an OXR drop strategy drop here, a little bit on the low side, but I am absolutely certain we'll be able to make our way over here. Of course, guys, here we have it. Finally, fantastically, I will try and stand a little bit still for them. Our very first spectator of the day, we do have Jester. Jester, of course, running that Veiled Precision SMG here. An interesting drop spot as well, this one. He will have a lot of Overwatch here in terms of most of the map, especially being centrally located. So, not too sure what's going on there. There we go. They will eliminate Fork and Knife 17 back to the lobby there. There will, of course, be this capture the flag objective. And, of course, all you really need, guys, to get that B rank is only going to be 2 kills. So, if you guys are looking for an early OXR rank, landing at spots where there are multiple players, whether they're real or whether they're not, doesn't matter. You're going to be able to get the OXR points one and the same, so I definitely can see some strategies out there potentially sort of, letting themselves be known that, hey, if I land at this notorious spot, if I land at this really hot and heavy POI, the odds are I'm going to be able to get that early rank. So, I don't believe the ranks have ever been so much more important. He will be throwing a bunch of minis up there on top of that hill. Interesting choice. You don't get much from this as well. This is a very, very lackluster sort of drop here, but I guess we'll find out very, very soon. I take it back. They buffed it. Unbelievable. And of course, getting that early A rank as well. When I used to try this, I swear all I would get would be minis as well as a maybe one blue gun. It was never really fantastic. Maybe this player is lucky. Guys, chat, if you've been in this player's position, if you've been where Jester has been right now, and you have done that capture the flag, and you have gotten good loot as well, I want to hear about it. Let me know down below in the comments section. Am I wrong? Am I mistaken? Of course, he's got some shockies here, which he seems to be completely ignoring. Maybe now trying to go up alongside the hill here. Again, really, really fantastic Overwatch. You will have a view of Dystopia City, as well as a fairly, look, we look at the map real quick. You've also got close proximity to the Hive for the Queen there. Dystopia City, if it spawns there. And Demon's Debris or Ranger's Ruin, unless it's spawned over in Canyon's Crossing, which it has this game. Of course, we do have a couple of crown players dropping some crowns there. I wouldn't mind actually going to see if we can find them. I might be back in a moment. Oh, it was just the next player. Fantastic. Well, we're back already. Here we have 3am bet. Of course, the Gambit has taken over their name. Now, this player does have a crown as well. However, they've landed at a bit of a more sweatier situation. Definitely a sweatier place. Of course, running that Sentinel pump plus the OXR is always going to be a fitting sort of choice for a loadout. And then, of course, that Wrecker Revolver to really just send it home with that double pump aspect. Look, guys, you guys have been watching me for a while now. I think it's safe to say that the double pump is so back. We are so back in 2025. We got the double pump. And the Wrecker and Sentinel, I'm not too sure why he swapped it for the sweeper. That's a little bit unhinged, but I get it. Some players are more comfortable with the sweeper. Chat, if that is you guys, if you are also going to be comfortable with that sweeper shotgun and you prefer it over the Sentinel, let me know down below in the comments section. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to know why you prefer it. And for those of you who choose the Sentinel over the Sweeper, I want to hear your thoughts too. So, let us see now. He will be rushing on into Swarmy Stash. Going up against a player there. He pulls out the Lollipop, I can tell you. This is a hell of a chocolate factory tour. He will go in for the close range. The double pump here. Highland, 42-11 will be going down, of course, doing a quick throwdown of the Porta Bunker to give him a little bit of cover, but also a great sort of reprieve from all sorts of angles here. Now, with that early A rank as well, we can see 3am bet will be going for, will he go for the Hollow Twister? He will go for the Hollow Twister. Now, As we can see, the Megazord is incoming right now. The giant bug has been detected right now. With this Megazord, guys, if you haven't already checked out yesterday's upload, make sure you guys do go check that out. And of course, hit that like button. And you hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying the episode so far. It was definitely a bit of a slower start, but I mean, look, it is what it is. We have made it, though. We finally found what seems to be potentially a more opportunistic player, but we will soon find out, I'm sure. But that Megazord, guys, is really going to be up in the air in terms of should you go for it. Now, this is a question I see being asked on a lot of different forums as well as comment sections. But do I go for the robot? What do I do? Is it worthwhile? Is it not? Personally, I wouldn't. I think you shouldn't go to use the robot. I mean, I think you should try to use it at least once. You know, I don't think you should just avoid it completely, but have a try of it, have a go, enjoy it. But I wouldn't be going for it if you guys want to get that win. No, what I would be doing if you guys want to get the win is in fact doing the opposite. So let someone else get the Megazord and then deal the most amount of damage to it. And the reason being is because you're going to be able to get a one-of-a-kind medallion, or at the only medallion in the game right now, is beholden to the player who does the most amount of damage there to the Megazord. So what does this medallion do? What is it really known for? It's going to be a scan medallion, guys. Okay, this will be essentially a reskinned Emma Frost medallion from Chapter 5. Alright, so for those of you who are around in Season 4 of that Marvel season in Chapter 5, you'll all know all too well Emma Frost and her medallion. Right, every so often it'll scan the area for a player. Very, very similar to a scan NPC as well. So, the only medallion as well on the map, the only one of its kind. Definitely a huge advantage there. Now, opting for 4 wheels instead of 2 legs for this Power Ranger. IMBet will be racing across the bridge here. We do have Garden Dolphin in the chat, not sticking the landing. Another car to the left. We've got the Hammerhead Chopper up above. And the Megazord is now being activated, so we'll quickly just check the map. It does show, of course, on the map here, that Megazord, and it seems that IMBet is going right on for it. He wants that medallion, and of course his queens have spawned right here. Now, guys, fantastic choice by IMBet to go for that early damage. We've got Rita Repulsa saying, take these gifts and destroy Megazord. Interesting dialogue option there. But look, I think when you guys are going for that Megazord, just bear in mind those queens that are spawned around it actually don't really give you anything, at least as of recording. So it's more so just going to be for sort of entertainment and show. But I mean, I guess that's fun in its own right, whether it gives you an advantage or not. But let us see, of course, IMBet dealing a lot of damage, and there he goes. He will be getting that boon here, which is going to be quite helpful. But I don't believe it's the medallion. Maybe it is a little bit different. I've never actually seen it in person. I've always, seen just the changelog there, the patch notes. So maybe it'll happen when the Megazord goes down, when he gets destroyed. But we'll find out very, very soon. You want to be careful as well. Right, because right now what IMBet is doing, if you guys are ever in these situations where you're going up against a player or an objective or a thing where it requires a lot of ammunition, just bear that in mind. You got a long game left. Alright, now, I wouldn't actually say a long game left in this season, and we do see Jester getting a couple more kills there. I wouldn't say it is going to be a long season, a long game, because they have actually reduced quite a few things. So they've reduced the zone wait time, like the wait time in between zones. He's very, very lucky there was some water there. He very well might have taken some damage. Should that be on land. He's trying to make his way over now, crossing on into the trees. The lollipop out now for the bounce. Does get the double jump there with a little bit of bunny hop action to ensure that, yes, just because he has used that doesn't mean that shockwave hammer doesn't mean he needs to rely on it for that mobility solely. There are other game mechanics and movement mechanics available to you guys to be able to really just take advantage of it to its full maximum there. So, well played by IMBet. Of course, those rockets are going out left, right, and what seems to be especially set up. I feel like IMBet has a few options here, and rotating away safely and cautiously is going to be the best bet for him. But let us see now. That robot, of course, finally locking back onto them. He gets the aggro, but of course, shockwave hammers away. Eventually making their way over to the old black marketplace there. Of course, on the outskirts of zone here, IMBet getting stomped on. Unbelievable, dropping the crown. This is Jester. Well played to Jester. Looks like we should have stayed with Jester. Of course, he does have that Megazord now. Getting a couple more kills here. Going for those rockets out and about. A player over towards the hill there, trying to jump away, but it is just not going to be enough. You know, this has 4 abilities, so it seems like a sword slash, a rocket, a stomp, as well as, I want to say it's a laser ability, the R. I'm not too sure what that is. I'm assuming we'll soon find out. Here we go. He gets another kill there on Haydos Bussel. And on the outskirts of zone, I'm not too sure how the Megazord goes in the zone. It would be very interesting to see. Because they did actually increase that zone damage, guys. So a lot of the zone, that storm damage will be increased by, I believe, double. Which is kind of insane, as well as our wait time between 5 to about 30 seconds. Yeah, you're going to be noticing those increasements there. Alright, now here we have it. Jester with the high ground. The redeploy on down here, making his way down to Demon's Debris. Whether or not the Queen is still here, look, it's definitely not. I feel like a lot of players, they'll get the Queen quite earlier. And especially with these changes in terms of that zone, wait time being reduced, you're going to be noticing games, instead of going for, say, 21 to 24 minutes or 25 minutes that we were getting at the start of the season, pretty regularly, mind you, I've noticed it's more about that 17 to 19 minute range, which I feel is a little bit nicer. The change of pace is quite good, especially considering we were having quite a ratty meta to some extent, like players were just hiding. So I feel like quickening up the pace, they're getting people moving, has been something that I've personally enjoyed. But yeah, definitely keen to hopefully try out some ranked after this. But we'll soon find out and see, I guess. Of course, we do have a Master Chief on the back trying to go for the pickaxe trick. It is broken. Right now, if he had a baseball bat, it might very well work from the back of these trucks. Right, any of those sort of melee weapons do tend to work through the back of it. He will knock him down the hill, maintaining the high ground here. The hyperburst for the DPS. He needs to reload, but it is enough. Anonymous 337 will be going down there. Now, not really dropping in all too much improvements there in terms of loot. He will get a blue Valve precision. It is very disappointing. This is a very lackluster sort of loadout here. A player to the right on the road. I don't think Jester saw them. They have charged up the Bug Blaster. The Overshield going down. Irritated Iris will be making their way back to the lobby, though. A little bit unfortunate there for Irritated Iris, of course. Nearly top 11 now for Jester, so 8 kills to the name. Guys, if you enjoyed this episode so far, make sure you do hit that like button. And you hit that subscribe button. Alright, I mean, sometimes we're going to get the episodes that are action-packed. Sometimes we're going to get the episodes that are not so much. And I do prefer the action-packed, but guys, I'm curious what you guys think. Are you happy with these episodes where maybe there's not a lot of kills going on? Maybe, it's more of just, see how we go sort of game. Let me know down below in the comments section which ones you prefer. Of course, sliding on in now to a little bit of trouble, we will have this player who, look, if they can land some shots, it might be nice. Of course, the player behind them certainly will. Let us see who is that. That is a real player if I ever have seen one. Some good jumping. Not much ammunition, though, on the Veiled. We've got Orez 7S there getting the kill. Absolutely showing us once and truly why you should not be relying on a Veiled Precision SMG. Past the first 5 minutes of a game. I'm a firm believer, right guys, I'm a fervent believer that the Veiled Precision is an absolute nerf gun this season, right? It is an absolute nerf gun. It does good damage, it has good accuracy, it has great DPS. I wouldn't say it's like an extreme amount of DPS, I think there are a lot of better DPS guns, but it has a fast fire rate, right? And I think with good aim, you should be able to deal a significant amount of damage close range. It sort of dies off, though, thereafter, right? As soon as you go into that mid-range, late range, far away range, you're going to notice a lot of drop-off there. And because of the limited magazine size, it is going to be quite detrimental, right? Because if you miss some of those bullets, like you need the entire magazine to kill someone medium to far range, right? You need that entire magazine at the very least. If you start to miss those shots like Jester did just before, there is no way in hell you are going to be able to do it. You need to be weapon switching. You need to be getting to a shotgun, a wrecker revolver, something, anything other than, of course, the valid precision. So, O-Res here, getting shot at. He's trying to isolate these shots. He does find them. The lollipop on top. The wrecker out. No shotgun to double pump, but Fortnite Kid, 34, 55, 8 will be going down there. Back to the lobby, potentially gladly. Of course, we do have 2 other players here. And we're only 15 minutes in. This is kind of unbelievable. It's definitely unreal. But let us see. Of course, a couple of charges here. I was a little bit surprised to hear in the comments section you guys are telling me that you're able to hold multiple of these shockwave hammers, which completely insane. I don't think that's okay. Fortnite, what are we doing? Let us reconvene and reassess and recalibrate here, because that's not okay. I saw someone, I killed someone who had 3 shockwave hammers the other day. One of our other earlier episodes from the week. So again, if you guys haven't seen that already, make sure you guys do check out the channel, check out the other uploads. We do daily uploads here. We do a Spectate series, but a bit more of that sort of sports style informative commentary. And of course, we do have the 88 crowns here. Lucky 88. I mean, look, 8 is a very fortuitous number. A very lucky number in certain cultures and regions of the world. I definitely like it myself. A player down inside the valley here. I'll tell you what, it's not Death Valley, but 100%. It is going to be a valley nonetheless. The shockwave up close. The wrecker, no, the frenzy here. Showing us just how much damage it's doing. Of course, you don't want to be inside the valleys, guys, because that player's got a treat. Unbelievable with no shockwaves here. They don't have much cover. The player in the tree might be able to get the win here. O-Res now going for the fallback. Barry Meccankina will be getting the kill there. The John Wick, the sweaty John Wick in the ratty tree. Absolutely poetic if I ever have seen a piece of poetry like this, guys. If you did enjoy that episode, make sure you guys do hit that like button. And you hit that subscribe button. And as always, take care. Garnier.